Hey there, hopefuls. We are in June, so living room is what we're working on. We just wrapped up last month bathroom, finished it out strong, moving into the living room. And this is a great, like, mid-year getting ready to start our 6-month rotation next month. We're back in the kitchen, right? And I kind of love that we do living room right as summer hits, because the living room is such a traffic, kids are home, chaos containing, entertainment happening, all the things are happening in the living room. So the entryway is key. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Why does everyone drop their stuff right here? Because they can. Because they can, because they're in the house. And too often, people are used to people being sometimes yourself. Gosh knows sometimes I don't want to put stuff away, or the kids, or your partner, or even people that come over. Just here's good. We're often used to you handling it, right? So if I drop my backpack here, mom's going to pick it up anyway. If I just leave my keys somewhere ish, mom will put them back anyway. And that's very much a heavy reason that's why things are left right here, because you're going to handle it, because conversations haven't been had, because systems aren't in place. Let's talk about maybe there's too much stuff living there. So things are just dropped here because everything goes here. Because I walk in the door and everything is here. My backpack's here, my purse is here, my keys are here, my coats are here, my accessories are here, my water bottles are here, my lunch bags are here, my everything is here, from what I actually need to what just kind of landed here and stayed. So let's get rid of what doesn't need to be there. If you have your winter coats, scarves, hats, gloves, accessories still there, and it's not winter weather, that needs to be decluttered out of the space. It needs to go to your seasonal storage. It needs to go back to the bedroom closets. It needs to get put in one of those suction vacuum bags and slid under the couch, because we're going to declutter what's right here. Why is it right here? Because it can be. And we need to initiate that step of decluttering first. Now, maybe you have all your returns to go to the store, to go back to so and so's house, to go to the library, wherever you return things to, or drop off elsewhere. Maybe donations are there, but you don't have a system set on the schedule to take those. So if you don't have it set, but everything's just right here, it's just dropped by the door so I don't forget it. Dude, I'm terrible about leaving things by the front door and then leave out the garage. For sure. Might have a return to go back. It is in the car. It got rehomed from sitting by the door to put it in the car. And it's on my calendar. We're going today, actually. So, because there's not a system in place, things are right here. Things are dropped. My returns, my take it back, it goes somewhere not here. It has a destination, but I don't have it on the calendar or plan. That's why it's right here. Because it can be. Because it got dropped here and you haven't handled it yet. Now, before you do that cringy thing of, why do I always have to handle it? Because you do. Because you're awesome. Because you're the CEO. Because you're the house manager. Because you just straightened your crown, so get on it. Put it on the calendar. Make it a day. Like, we're into summer here. I know some kids are still in school. They're going to wrap up soon. We're into summer. So maybe it's a day that we go for our adventure. We go to the park, we stop and get an ice cream cone, and we take donations back. Because then it's not just dropped here, it's dropped here and has a plan to get out of here. So if you're in that, why does everything here? It's because maybe there are some things that shouldn't be here. Maybe you haven't had those hard conversations. I have to restrain myself because my child will come in, he'll kick off his shoes, and then he'll go put whatever away. Because he knows I don't like shoes throughout the house because I hate cleaning. Let's just be honest. It kind of gets in my head of, okay, but where have those shoes been? And now you just walked all over the house and I've got to deep clean the carpet. I got to hit the stairs and I got to do this. And where exactly did you go? Where he can just kick off his shoes, go upstairs, put his jacket away, go upstairs, put his minis away, go wherever. And then he comes back to put the shoes away because we had that conversation, because we had that, dude, your mom is not graceful. And I don't want to see that sitting on the couch. I don't want to just see the stuff. Right. So our couch is angled and you see the entryway. So my non-visual self is like, no. So that conversation had to be happening. But I have to hit pause knowing that, okay, he knows that's his responsibility. There has been a conversation. So I just need to be like, He told me last week, Mom, you're terrible. Not even terrible. How did he phrase it? He was like, you suggest a told too much. I'm like, what? What does that even mean? And it means I tell him to do something, but I don't give him the window to do it. So if I want something done right, then I need to rephrase that being like, you need to put your shoes away before you take those things upstairs, versus I need to give him the window to put his shoes away where they go. Not even 5 minutes later, he comes down and he puts them up in the closet where they go. And that is, if you've been here long, you know that the shoes by the entryway is part of our progression story. They used to be kicked off by the door. Then I put a basket there, no lid, no boxes, no nothing. It's just a big miniature laundry basket, basically. And then they got kicked into the basket. And then the basket moved to the bedrooms. Or the basket moved to the entry closet. And now the entry closet has shelves. So the basket's gone. It's those progression things, because I had to give him a window to follow up on the conversation we had. So if things are dropped there, why? Why are they there? Let's analyze it. Is it a winter coat that just needs to get moved to the garage for your seasonal storage? Is it, excuse me, is it all the sunglasses and sun hats and caps and sunscreen and all these things that we pack up and take to the park with us are here, but I don't have them home yet? I haven't given them a spot to be stored correctly yet. Is that why it's right here? Is that why it's dropped right here? And don't forget, like, when there's no home for one thing, that's a big sign for others in your home. If they're anything like the people I've lived with, that's a big sign of, well, everything else is here. I'm just going to drop this here. Even if the keys have a hook on the wall, and they have for a while, if other things, the donations, the take back here, the seasonal swap stuff, the shoes, the bags, the whatever, those don't have homes, all of a sudden, this image is created that everything in the entryway just gets dropped here, regardless of the hook being on the wall for the keys. Here's good. Here's the entryway table. Just all my crap gets dropped there because it's a visual disaster, right? There's no obvious signs. There's no labels. There's no bins. There's no systems that have been working for everything. Even those things that may not feel like they need to have a home need to have a home. So if you've got the mail coming in, there needs to be a drop basket or a spot on the wall somewhere that has a home, to avoid it being a starting step of nothing has a home. So when things are dropped right here, analyze the situation. What is here? Does it need to be decluttered out of this space? Does it need a system that we can all manage and sort properly together? Or do we need to have a hard conversation about the habits and routines that are going to function and keep things from dropping right here? There's all sorts of layers, and understanding that layer is part of it. And understanding the 3S method and how to apply it to that label is a whole other thing. And that's why we have the library, right? That's why we do these things, is to break it down. So if you walk in the door, your entryway, and you're like, nope, and you walk back out, that's your sign to analyze the situation. Just set 15 minutes to make the space better. You don't have to do the whole thing at once. You don't have to make all the decisions at once, because guess what's going to happen in 6 months? We're going to be right back here. Especially right before those holidays, before that Christmas hits, we're right back here. And that's the point of understanding, why does it drop here? Why is everything here? What is here? And how do we fix it? And one of the big ways to fix that is grab your free subscription to the library. You get 30 days for free. You get the guided audio, so you can just literally plug in, hit whatever step of the 3S method you're on, and work along with me. You get the resources. So you get 30 days to declutter. If you're like, I know too much stuff is here, I'm just going to spend a month lightening the space, decluttering the space, getting rid of things that don't serve us. That's in there. Okay, I did that. Now I'm going to work on setting it up. There's a whole 30-day thing for organizing and then a whole other one for just sustaining. So if you are taking it slow, you're going to work over the next 6 months, little bits here when you can. And then when we're back in the living room, back tackling the entryway, you're lighter. You have systems in place and you have those sustaining steps and you did it all with free resources. That's it. All right. Living room. Let's go. And don't forget Father's Day is coming up. So if you haven't done that yet, get on it. And until next time, everybody, stay hopeful.